Welcome back, everybody. Episode 62, Crash Course, a hockey podcast with my special guests, David Gomez and Adam Gomez. You guys are brothers. Who's older?
I'm the older one. I'm 28.
You know, when we talked about your guys' age, like, I don't know, throughout the season when you guys here, I could not believe you were 28.
I get that a lot.
You know what I mean? I can't. How old are you?
I'm 25.
I can't believe you 25, man. You look like you're 17, bro.
Yeah, I get that a lot too, especially from my friends.
So, yeah, I can imagine that. So, you know, the reason why you're here, man, we want to promote your guys' company, your skateboard company. Dumbco is the name of your brand. You guys print and make some boards and design and all that good stuff. So let's get right into it. How did you guys start this, David?
So I started it as soon as I graduated from high school.
Yeah.
So I was walking with my mom, and I was like, well, I should just start a company. I originally didn't want to do boards. I wanted it to be more clothing.
Right
but
on.
then when we were walking, I was like, I'm just going to call it Dumbco because you kind of like beat people to the punch. Like if they're like, oh, it's dumb, well, that's kind of the point.
Right.
So you kind of beat them to it. And then we started making boards. Our Uncle Shorty went and got them printed. The first run was like a pink graphic, and it was printed upside down, so it kind of played in.
Right.
Yeah, so we kind of been going from that. We've had events that go, so we've been getting more and more out there.
Right. So, yeah, and like, you know, you guys do stuff on the reserve out in Speaking Rock, in the reserve over there. And how long have you guys been around for? Obviously, you're 28, so you would have graduated when you're about 18, 19. So
Yeah,
5 or
so
6 years
since 2015.
So 10 years ago.
Yeah, I graduated in 2015.
Wow.
And then we built the park around that time span, too.
Has it been the same park?
Well, originally in the res, we used to have like this really janky like wooden park
Right.
that was like in the basketball court. So the rain and that ate it away. The only thing that we have from that park still is like the rails that were there. But when we moved in, we didn't move into the reservation until I was about 18. Adam was around 15.
Yeah.
So we went over there, and then we were talking with Shorty about it since he's been on council for so long, and we're like, we should build a park. So we ended up getting Quim Cardona from New Jersey to kind of help us design it. He came down, designed it. Council approved it. We ended up getting that concrete park built.
That's all, and it's a beautiful place. And you know, Adam, how long have you been involved since the get go?
I've been involved since the get-go with my brother. We've been always loving skateboarding ever since we were kids. And it was like around that time when we were starting making Dumbco, me and my family would watch King of the Road always. And we would always be thinking, man, wouldn't it be crazy to bring down all these professionals down here? And many years later, we've brought down so many big professional skaters here, and they've all really loved coming down here and been wanting to show up more than ever.
You know, I know there was an event not too long ago that you guys had. I was able to go and watch a little bit, and you guys get some serious talent that come out there.
Yeah.
You know, and the pro guys, you know, it's honestly, I guess as long as your body can take it, there's really no age range for it, right? Like,
Yeah,
you can skate as long as you want.
Yeah, as long as you can keep going. A lot of them do like yoga to take care of themselves now.
I believe it.
So we started adapting that because my mom's like a health nut when it comes to that. So she tells us like, you better start stretching, you better get active because if not, you're not gonna be able to do it when you're older.
And she's right. She's absolutely right. So we're missing a brother, right?
Yeah.
And he's the athlete he's the skater behind the scene, or what?
He skates, but he's a major baseball player.
Is he really?
Yeah.
So out of the three of you guys, who skates? I'm gonna put you guys on the spot, man. Who skates the best?
It'd be me. If you ask my little brother, he's gonna say, "Hey."
Of course, and you probably say you, right?
No, it would be my brother. I rarely skate a little bit.
Really, eh?
I just usually like help out my brother with the products, and then like for the skate comps,
Yeah.
I just basically play music there, for like every skate comp that we've been putting.
Right on. So you say you're the best out of the three, and you would agree with that.
Yeah.
Now your younger brother, the baseball guy, says no, I am for sure.
Yeah, because he
So-
took first one time, so he thinks he's all upper level now.
So let's put Shorty on the spot. Who's the best one, Shorty? He's spoken like a wise man. I'm neutral, he says. Yeah, old Unks is not going to buy into that game, right? So, and you've been skating since before you started the company?
Yeah, I was probably skating like when I was a freshman in high school. We had dabbled in it back then, like when we were younger, but we had like really like bad target
Right.
boards. But then when I became a freshman, that's when I kind of started looking into it, like, oh no, what you ride really matters. It makes a difference. So I took it more serious then.
Right on. So, like, back in the day when I skated, only about 10 years ago when I was a teenager, I used to ride a Vision Gator. Do they make those anymore?
Vision's around still.
But it was a Vision Gator. That's what I obviously you're looking at me like, dude, you're crazy. Back in the day when I'm serious. And back in the day, to my knowledge, at least, those were a decent board. I could do ollies and stuff like that, but nothing crazy like you guys can do. When I see those guys launching and whatnot, that's crazy, man.
Oh yeah, some of the guys that we bring down, it's like kind of leaves you in shock and awe because it's like you see them in video parts, but then when you see them in person, it's completely different.
Like when they get the airs and they're doing the kick flips and flipping the boards and still landing on it and whatnot, and you see a dude that's out there, he's like 35 years old, still grinding.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like some of these guys that would come down, we took them. The last group we had, it was like John Dixon, Ryan Townley, Leo Romero, Dakota Servold. We had them. It was a mix of dudes that came down, and we took them to a skate park the day that they were in town the first time.
Yeah.
And straight out the van, like it looked like they didn't need no
Just
warm-ups,
crazy.
no nothing.
That's awesome. So what is a typical injury? Ankles?
It would sometimes be ankles. Rarely there's ever been any injuries at the skate park.
Yeah.
But there will always be medical staff there. Like there will always be like people from Speaking Rock to check in, or like the fire department to check in to see if anyone's is hurt or something. They will always come down and make sure that everything's all good.
So I guess it's really to me. I guess it would be ankles, man.
Oh yeah,
twisting ankles and
rolled ankles like a pretty
ankles.
common thing. That's why I usually skate like in high tops now, because like a couple years back I broke my toe at one of the comps, and it sent me back for a while.
So and rolling your ankle, man, like you get a high ankle sprain, you're out for a while, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad, and people are there watching. Like you're better off breaking your ankle rather than rolling it and having a high ankle sprain, because that kills, man.
Yeah,
it's horrible. So what's this most gruesome thing you've ever seen at the park?
At the park, really, I've seen people like slam on, like there's like the shootout ledge on the 5. One guy like went for front nose grind and he just got stuck and just flew off and like landed on his ribs, but he walked it off. I've smacked my face.
I'm good, man.
Like I've smacked my face a couple times during the comp, but we get up and kind of like, okay, walk it off. After like getting aired out, try to play it off like we're good.
I think you would have to play it off as long as you're not dying.
Yeah.
Right? Like you get all these people watching, you go for what you're doing and you fall flat on your face.
Yeah, like I've fallen.
You got to eat it and get up, man.
Like I've fallen in front of the pros like mid run, and it's kind of like you just gotta get up and keep going because they're just like looking at you the whole time.
But you know what, man? Everybody falls.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter how good you are or whatever. I would assume even the pro guys, man. You see on like YouTube and you see on social media all those funny clips about skateboarders when they're grinding, they miss the rail completely and they knock themselves on it. You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
That's not cool, man.
Yeah, it happens.
And it's hilarious. It really is.
Yeah, there's some funny slams, and there's some slams where you look at him and you're like, oh, how do you get up?
Right. So now, like, I would assume that at the park, and we'll just say your guys' park, there's, I guess, a range of all ages, right? So you guys do any clinics or anything like that for little ones, for them to get in, involved with it?
We used to do one in the beginning with our tribal members. We're trying to bring it back to kind of get them more encouraged using the park, because right now our park's really, like, we're probably like some of the last tribal members that actually use it.
Right.
But the surrounding areas like Sun Alley and Socorro, it opened up new opportunities.
So anybody can go there.
Oh yeah, it's a public park.
It's a public park. Well, so that's a good thing for kids, man. Like, it's a fairly inexpensive sport. I guess how much does an average board cost with the trucks and wheels and all that good stuff?
Well, nowadays with everything,
like a Vision Gator.
I would say like on the low end to get like a decent complete, you're probably looking at like 120.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad.
And how high can you go?
You could go up to like 180. Like there's some bearing sets that just the bearings alone go for $100.
Really? Eh?
Yeah.
And so what is can we take a look at some of their decks, Mike? And then we'll get some of the grips over here too. We got some samples here. We're going to save a couple good examples and samples of some of the artwork that you guys did, and they're very special and meaningful. So we'll just kind of I'll grab some. We'll just kind of go through these, and we'll kind of show everybody what we got going on here. So are they all the same?
Well, they
Ma-
vary in sizes. It's
Yeah.
the same concave. I usually get a steep concave produced.
What's a concave?
So it's like from nose to tail, you'll see that little like indention
Yeah,
right
right
here.
in
On
here,
the,
yeah.
yeah. So we run like a steeper concave. There's mallow boards where a little bit flatter. It's just like personal preference.
So personal. Do you get any? Is it easier to kick?
I
you
honestly
get
like
air
I
doing
like the steep
ollies?
because the tail doesn't burn out like after a while. Usually on mallow, it kind of feels like you gotta put more weight into it to get more pop. I just been sticking with the stuff.
And are they all the same stiffness?
Nah, like the concave wise, like you have some crazy boards that come in like really steep, but ours are kind of like it's enough. Like it's not too mellow.
Right.
I've ridden boards in the past where like it feels like you're just riding like a flat piece of wood.
And for the beginners, what would be the best for a beginner?
I would say it's just like personal preference, but usually like if you're like in a younger age range, you'd probably start with like just a smaller board, like width wise, like a size 8. Like
So
these,
you're going east. This is the width you're saying.
yeah, like these that we have right now, like this is an 8.5.
This is an 8.25.
Yeah, which is a little bit more.
And then this one's another 8.25.
And this is an 8.25 steep. So when you say steep, you're talking about the ends,
Yeah, steep would just be like the nose and tail.
the nose and tail. So can you ride this either way? Is there a front and back?
Yeah, there's a front and back. So you'll see like the nose up here is
Yeah.
a little bit more wider than the tail.
Huh?
You'll always see like the
So the
little-
nose is wider.
Yeah, they make boards that are like twin tails now where it's symmetrical,
Really?
front and back end.
Interesting. So and that's just all preference again?
Yeah, it's just all preference. Some people get used to a certain shape after a while and they don't move.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten requests now to make size 9 boards, which are like ridiculously
crazy.
wide, like back in the day. So I'm looking into getting some made because there's people that ride like 10s now. It's crazy.
So do you guys make them yourself? Do you cut the boards?
No, we get them manufactured
Right.
from like a legit manufacturer out
Yeah.
there. So we just design the graphics and we'll go upload them and then they'll give us like their critiques, like is it too blurry,
Right
does it
on.
match, and then they'll go with it from there.
Cool. And so do you keep pretty busy?
Honestly, yeah.
Well, that's good, man. So it's a good business for you. Well, let's see some of the designs for the grip that you. So what do you call it? The grip?
Yeah, the grip tape which goes on top of the board.
We're just gonna get some cool stuff out here, man. So kind of explain what that is here.
So this is just to make sure that your
I'll pass that one to
I
you,
got
man.
that one.
your feet don't rub around.
Yeah.
Your feet don't move around when you're on the board. So we just make a bunch of different designs because like I've been cutting up grip for the longest time. So I decided just to start making some crazy graphics. Like this one, I went off the El Paso Buzzards.
Oh, you brought that one.
Yeah.
The El Paso Buzzards back in the day. That's really cool, man. So if any listeners out there, we're going to put up the website and whatnot, but if anybody wants something, a design or whatnot, you reach out to me on social media, or again, we're going to put you guys' information up there to, maybe take some orders, get some more insight on it and whatnot. But this one here is some cats.
Yeah, those are just like alley cats, like dumpster
some
cats.
dumpster cats. Right on. And then what do you got over there?
This one's like a really mad like bunny. It's like with all these like paints on the background of it. It's kind of like almost looking like a style like the Looney Tunes era and stuff
Right
like
on.
that.
So do you guys get requests from everywhere? Do you get like companies that request it, more individuals?
So like we usually make primary sales. I usually make like at the comps. So I try to make like a variety of grips because not everybody's gonna want to come out with like a polka dot grip.
Sure, of course.
Like I've learned that one, but I kind of like lean towards like my preference in styles. But there's occasional grips where I'll make them like where they're primary like a black grip
Sure.
for those people like only like mallow looking grip tapes.
And it's like some of the designs are really, really cool. And you guys also do merch too, right?
Yeah, we have shirts, we have hats, and I embroider everything inside my garage.
That's crazy. So you guys really are kind of the one-stop shop. So anything that you guys sell trucks and wheels and whatnot?
Shorty has some at his shop, like in the cultural center. So we have like a small little skate shop there.
Right on.
So he'll sell some stuff out of there.
So do you guys sell online too? I know you guys have your dumbcobrand.com website.
Yeah, so I take orders, so I ship it out the United States or overseas, wherever the orders come in through.
So everywhere, man. That's really good. So you guys, obviously it's paying off. You guys are staying pretty busy, and you're trying to grow the community out in your neck of the woods. And again, it's for everybody, man.
Oh, yeah.
So any listeners out there, some of you hockey players, that are listening, get into skateboarding if you're not already, man, because it works on your coordination and your balance big time.
Oh, by far.
You know.
By far. Even if you don't skate, some people just collect the boards just as artwork, just like cool scenery.
Well, yeah, right. And hey, speaking of that, Mike, if you could grab those 2 boards over there, sorry, man, keep you walking back and through. So some of the cool designs that you guys have done for myself and the Rhinos. We'll start with this one here. This is obviously I don't know what this is an 8.25 steep with just kind of a dark wooden kind of grip on it. But what's really cool is a spike on the back. So this is really cool. This was a design you guys done this year for us, and we sell them here at the Rhino Rink, and we can also take orders too through the dumbcobrand.com or hit me up on social media. But we'd love to push this even more. So that's a really, really cool one. So you talk about artwork or whatnot, just keeping them. So that's mine. I have 3 of your guys' decks in my office, as you guys know, and I'm a huge supporter of it. But let's grab that buzzard one just to show what it looks like on the deck itself, which is really, really cool. I think this is really awesome. When you brought that, man, I was like, awesome. And you're like, man, am I going to get in trouble for this? Hell no, dude. And then the back is obviously the Dumbco logo on it, which is really, really cool. So again, guys, there's lots out there. You guys seem like you guys can do any kind of make, design, whatnot for whatever. What's the craziest one you guys have had to do?
I'm sitting on so many designs right now that it's
I bet,
like,
yeah.
I kind of just start sketching stuff when I'm bored, and then it kind of, some of them don't turn into boards. Some of them end up coming out like a sticker or a grip tape. It just varies. A shirt. It's like whatever
Just
I feel
whatever,
like.
right?
Yeah, because sometimes I'll draw up a design for a board, and then like I'm planning on releasing it. Then when it's time to like put it to work, I'm like, I don't like it no more. So I'll kind of just like, I'll go with something completely different.
And I guess that's what it's all about, right? When you're a designer, you just kind of go with what the mood is, man.
Yeah.
And see what's working. So what else you want to tell me about the company, guys? Where are you guys going next with this? So obviously your sales are online. Do you promote social media as well? I think you do.
Yeah, I've been running ads a lot lately because it's been helping out. Like for our comps that come up,
Yeah.
I start running ads, so we get people now coming down from Albuquerque, Colorado, other places in Texas. So
It's
it kind
everywhere,
of
man.
keeps the variety going.
Well, make sure you tag us on stuff because we'll push it too for you.
Okay.
Send it to us on all our social medias, and we can certainly push it as much as we can. And obviously with this podcast, I'd like to one of these days come out and actually do a podcast when you guys have maybe a comp.
Oh yeah, by far.
Like we could come out there and we can get some video and we can do something really, really cool with it, man. Maybe get some of the players. They won't be able to skate though. So let me tell you a funny story. Beginning of the year, we get the players in, right? And we usually we don't anymore. We'd bring the players in and we'd have like kind of a welcome to El Paso barbecue out at the old BMX track on Railroad. I don't know if you guys know where that was or is. Well, we'd always said, no, guys, we're going to do it there, but you can't get on the bikes because it's a full-blown track. You guys know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So the 1 year, this is like the first year of our North American League, second year of our North American League team, we allowed them to go on it. I'm not even there yet, and I get a phone call. One of our guys separated his shoulder.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
So needless to say, they're not doing the BMX track anymore. And if we do an event over, with you guys at one of your competitions, and the players come, they're going to just be spectating and maybe helping out, behind the counter with you guys. But I don't know. It's kind of fun, watching the players get involved with things because they're just like little kids, man. They love to get at it. And as you guys know, once you start, it's hard not to push yourself to become better.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the things, man. Well, I appreciate you guys hopping on. So any events coming up?
We have one on Go Skate Day coming up on Saturday, June 21st. Registration's at 4 p.m. and we have 4 professional skaters coming in from different teams.
Really?
So we have Dominic Walker and Clive Dixon, who are from Disorder Skateboards.
Sure.
And then we got Ethan Loy, who's from Swim Skateboards, and then David Loy from Birdhouse Skateboards.
And this is in June. You said June.
Saturday, June 21st.
June 21st. So we'll get that information so we can pump that and push it out. But yeah, that'll be really cool. And it's a free event for everybody that shows up, right? To watch and spectate.
Right.
Oh yeah, free event. We got a beginner round, an intermediate round, a women's round, and an advanced round. So it's free to enter. Come win some prizes.
That's awesome. And spectators are free as well.
Oh, spectate is free. Go get some autographs from the pros. Hang out with them.
Like I've been to a couple events out there, and it's honestly, guys, it's really cool to watch. Just to, everyone sees them on social media, skateboarders and whatnot, but to see them, the art that they put in, the effort that they put in, man, it's really cool. And seeing some of these little dudes, man, like that are out there rocking and doing good. You know, it's crazy to see how big the sport is now. You know, back in the day when I was doing it, just whatever, just a kid around the block. You know, it was big, but nothing like it is now, man.
Oh no, by now it's gotten way bigger. And then some of the names that we brought to the park, it's like names that haven't even like been in El Paso for a long time.
Right.
Like we had Tony Hawk was the first major pro that we had at the park.
He was. You brought him.
Yeah, Speaking Rock and YDSP.
That's awesome, man.
So he set up
That had to have been huge.
yeah, he set up the ramp in front of the park, his half pipe. So it was crazy to see like him step foot there.
And he still goes, man.
Oh yeah, by far. Even his whole group of guys was still like shredding out
That's
there.
awesome. What's that? Rob Deredick? Remember him?
Yeah, Rob Dyrdek, that's the one that got me into really more
Right.
into skateboarding for a while when I was watching him. Because besides like skateboarding, he's like a businessman at the end of the day.
Right.
So he pushes like a whole bunch of different stuff besides just like skating, like life after skating.
Yeah, no, yeah, and it's cool. Like I watch his, you know, when what was it, Big and Small,
Robin Big.
Robin Big or whatever.
Yeah.
That was funny stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but obviously ridiculous now. I don't know if he's still doing it, but
Oh, he's still doing it.
Still
Yeah,
doing it?
ridiculousness.
it's
Yeah.
funny, man.
Yeah, it's been still going on to this day.
And you know, like it's a start. You know, you just gotta put your mind to it. You know, just endure the grind, and who knows what can happen, man.
Oh yeah, like looking at it, like seeing like some of the names that we've even gotten to come down, it's crazy to see like some of the teams, like because like you grow up like watching them on YouTube or in skate videos, and then you actually like meet them when they come in, and you're like, wow, and they're hanging out with you. You get to like talk with them and kind of like get ideas from them, vice
Sure,
versa.
man. You know that's awesome, and it's such cool. You know, that's the wonderful thing about sports is that like the athletes give back, right, to the community. You know, and that's huge to grow the sport or any sport. You know, and that includes, you know, skateboarding, hockey, the baseball, football, whatever. You know, just giving back to the community, being role models, and just giving something for people to do.
Oh yeah, because like with us, like not only do we like do our comps here, but like we'll donate to other like tribes that hold comps in
Right on.
Albuquerque. So we're kind of big out there in Albuquerque because we help out a lot of like the indigenous communities out there that throw their
Right.
comps. We'll donate them some product for their events and that.
Well, that's really cool, man. So you guys are doing great things with Dumbco, and you know I wish you guys the best, man. I'll get some information before you guys leave. I'll get it off the air, and that we'll make sure that we pump it out and kind of push this as much as we can, and then maybe we can set up a time where we can actually maybe on the 21st or come out to the park and you know do a podcast out there, get you guys doing some interviews and just doing a cool thing with it, man.
Oh yeah, sounds good. And then besides like Dumbco, we have Pocket 2, which is more of the traditional
That's
brand.
right. Yeah.
So that's more Shorty and our dad kind of go off of that one. It's more traditional tribal graphics that you'll see out there.
Mike, can you grab that other board in my office, please? I'll show the graphic on that one. That was the first one that you guys gave me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really cool. So while we're waiting, where is the park? What is the address?
It's on 601 Tewa Boulevard. So you just drive up Socorro Road.
Yep.
You'll see the sign for Estados Sur Pueblo, and the park's right there.
and it's
First
beautiful.
entrance.
It really is beautiful. The whole park that's out there, everything, the park, the skate park itself. You know, it's huge. It's a big park.
Yeah, and then in October we have the powwow going on, so it's a 2-day event, which goes
That's
down.
right.
We'll have the skate comp going down right next door. We have about 10 pros lined up. We haven't announced the names yet because we're just clarifying some details. And then we have the powwow going on next door, so you could go in and out.
Yeah, I remember we came to that one. The Rhinos came to that one, and I'm sure we'll come again. We'll donate you some prizes for that, and maybe we can get some players out to that one
Oh yeah,
just to come out, and maybe that's when we can focus on maybe doing the podcast. You can't get it off. I think he screwed it in. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you guys a sample of that. It's stuck to my wall.
better than it falling down.
Yeah.
You know what? Like when you guys give them, I'm like, man, we need to make. And that was the first one we did. So I'm like, man, we need to make sure this stays up there.
Yeah, because that's happened to me. I've had boards all throughout the wall in my room, and I've been asleep sometimes, and it just gets smacked with one in the head, like it just drops down.
Wake everybody up.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on. So we're going to get some more information, guys. So the next one is June 21st out at the park, and then back in later in October, 2-day event. And we'll shoot some of that information on social media. Make sure you guys tag us and whatnot on our social medias, myself and the Rhinos itself. We'll make sure we do what we can to help publicize Dumbco and keep you guys rolling, man. Any final thoughts?
No, just thank you for having us on.
Appreciate you guys. This has been a long time coming. We've been talking about getting you guys on for a few months now. And I know we spent some time on the weekend together, and appreciate you guys coming on. We'll have you guys again. Shorty, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Adam, David, Dumbco, thanks for tuning in, guys. Till next time.